Blog Talk Radio.
Love King forever.
Hello, welcome to the Breakdown, brand new show on the Tone Deaf Radio station. My name is Jacob. My partner is Queen. She'll be here. I don't know if she's in yet, but we are the brand new show here. And I first want to say thank you to Tone and everybody on the station, all the other shows, for making room for us to come over here. We were formerly known as Sex Battles via YouTube. We did shows over there, but now we're over here on Tone Deaf Radio, and we appreciate y'all allowing us to come and be a part of your network. Tonight, we're talking about sexism. It's going to be a real good topic. We're talking about sexism and what it all entails, what it is about, what's the deal with it? The reason this topic came around was a couple of weeks ago. Cam Newton, the quarterback for the Carolina Panthers, got in some trouble. Now, this trouble is, of course, with the media. Social media just went crazy because of something that Cam Newton said during one of his post interviews. And I'm sure he does a lot of post interviews, and he's always talking, about the game and everything like that. He got a question in particular from a female reporter that was there. She actually, her name is Jordan Rodriguez, I think. She works for the Charlotte Observer. So she's actually there in Charlotte. So I don't know if she's normally there when they have home games or what the deal is about that. But she actually, asked Cam a question. And the question that Cam basically was asked was about running routes and the different techniques as far as that goes. Cam, I'm paraphrasing, of course, basically laughed at her and said, "It's funny that a woman would be asking me this type of question." Now, I personally didn't see nothing wrong with it. I was like, well, what the problem is? What's wrong with everybody? Why everybody upset? What is going on? What's popping off? Now, it's good to have a, let's say, female counterpart on the show because I talked to Queen. I think Queen is here. But I talked to Queen, and Queen basically broke down to me her feelings about what she heard. And I don't want to quote Queen wrong.
Can you hear me?
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Hello.
Now, Queen, see, because my issue was, I was like, I don't even see nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? That's just, he laughed it off. He said, ain't nothing wrong with it. And next thing I know, social media just went crazy. Twitter went crazy. Instagram went crazy. Facebook was off the chain. I'm like, oh, my God. Why are they all after Cam like this? First he can't dance, and now he can't laugh. And then Queen, tell them what you told me.
It wasn't about him laughing. And one word could have changed everything. He said, "I can't believe a woman is asking me this question." That ruined it for him. Look who's the face for. Dan, and we went into the whole Dan and Greek, the Dan and yogurt thing. Who do you think their customers are? Women. And you said, if he would have said, "I can't believe a reporter is sitting here asking me this," and laughed it off, then it is what it is. But he said it would have been different. He pinpointed a woman. He couldn't believe a woman knew about this. But why wouldn't she? She has the job for a reason.
Yeah, she is a sports. I'm pretty sure she's a sports writer. So
I just talking about that, with my husband, because I was like, come on. When they come in they're gonna come for you anyway because he's a black male, and then you just put yourself in the fire. Like you do interviews all the time. Why not just answer the questions and go on about your business?
Because Cam is sarcastic.
Yeah,
Cam is that type. He is that type, but I ain't giving him no, free pass because after Queen broke that down to me, I was like, well, dang, I didn't even think about that. She is a sports writer probably. She would know about this type of stuff. And then I had to sit and think because I've sat at places even like, you go watch a game at the bar or you at chilling at somebody's crib, and a lot of the women that's there watching the game know about a lot of this stuff. They know more than I do.
Right.
Like, dang.
I played football in high school.
see, that's another thing. There's a lot of
like
women
it's
athletes
possible
that would know about this stuff. So yeah, that's a part of what we're talking about. That's where this topic comes from. And somebody said it plain as day the other day on a post on Facebook, and they basically said everybody is going after Cam right now. We got one of the most sexist people that I could think of in the White House right now. And ain't nobody saying nothing. I'm like, whoa.
We got the most sexist and racist man in the White House. And the people that should be saying nothing is not saying nothing. We still out here doing other things other than getting together and protesting like we should against him. The reason he is still in here is because he has a whole bunch of his type backing him.
His type? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Queen.
It's sad when his wife knows.
Right,
his wife knows he's sexist. But guess what? She backing him.
It's some other stuff that came up with his wife and his, what she called herself? She called herself his first lady.
What?
Ooh, so,
see, that's the difference between Trump and Cam. Trump is a white male that's running around doing what he want to do. Cam is a black male. He knew he was going to be under fire for that. Just point blank.
Yeah, he knew it. I'm pretty sure he knew he was gonna get got for that. I don't know if it. I don't know, man.
So I had in the background, we got to excuse Trump because he's white. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is Trump people, if they see a black person do something wrong, Camden did something wrong, he got the people to back him to go ahead and get it taken care of. Now, when these people out here, Trump people do something wrong, we don't have enough of us out here backing it. So it's not the same. We're not excusing anything. Just like I heard the reporter, when Cam said something about the route, how the woman asking that, I heard that she came back with some racial things. And do I agree?
Yeah, but I didn't see none of that. See, that's what I've been looking for. I've been doing research. I'm trying to find where her rebuttal was, because I heard the same thing.
But you know what? I don't even want to know her rebuttal. Like, I hope she get dealt with, but I was in the middle of asking a question about Cam, and then the only thing that could be said is, well, is it okay for her racial slurs to come back? That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you, do you think it was okay for Cam Newton to say what he said? Regardless of how she responded.
Now that you know, and I ain't going to lie, Queen cleared it up for me, because for a good minute I was like, I don't see what the problem is. Why is everybody upset? It ain't that many women. And then I had to think about it like, dang, I do know quite a few women, even if they don't watch professional football, they watch college football.
Yeah.
Especially and I'm in Alabama, so everybody knows about the Roll Tide and
the
War
girls
Eagles,
be on it down here.
Auburn,
The women's
Alabama.
serious.
Man.
Outfits and everything.
I'm talking about, I can't go nowhere without seeing an Alabama Tide shirt. I'm talking about nowhere. And so after talking to Queen, you cleared it up for me. I was like, okay, now I get it. Now, with us talking about the sexism, and I don't know, I guess it happens to men too, but majority of the time, we only hear about the women having men being sexism or sexist towards them. And it's usually a man in power that does this. Is there, I'm asking the question, Queen, is there a procedure to basically either get it stopped or because I know you talk about it all the time because you're always talking about how dudes be saying stuff to you, and what do you do in that situation?
I just like to prove them wrong. Hey, I would have laughed back at them and said, "Yeah, let me tell you what I do now." Like, I won't let them own the situation, and I do that for men and women. Just like there's a lot of friends I have to say, all men are the same and all men are this, and I do the same thing. You know, I hate all.
Yeah.
So you gotta stop it. You gotta stop it in its track. Like, you can't do this. Well, guess what? I'm gonna prove you wrong. And my dad, do I think my dad is sexist? No, but my dad, when I tried out for football and when I wanted to be on the wrestling team, my dad came and tried to find me after school before I tried out and told me that's not a girl's sport. Did I continue to do it? Yeah. And after a while, my dad was like, "Hello, Tom, hey, Tom." But after a while, my dad was like, "Yeah, that's my daughter. Go ahead with your bad self." So
he was
I think
cool
you gotta
with
dead it. Yeah, you gotta dead it. You gotta prove him wrong. I don't think it's ever going to be a procedure of like something that's actually going to end it. You know how the whole what they do in the workplace or whatever the case may be, go through the procedure if your supervisor touch you in the wrong way, sexual harassment. Yeah, you got that in order, but it's still going on. I don't think it's an actual procedure that's going to end it.
And I'm pretty sure there was a lot of people watching that post-interview because that game, I think that was the game they played Detroit Lions, and it was real close. The score was like 27-24. So I'm pretty sure there was a lot of people watching that. And I just know social media just blew up. And I'm like, dang, because I missed it. I watched the game, but I didn't watch the complete game. I missed the post-interview. So when people started talking about it on social media, I had to go do my research. Like, what was said? What did he do? Oh my God!
So my question is to, if we have callers or to anybody, did he get suspended from football? What happened? Yeah.
As far as I know, right now, Cam's still playing. He played this week. I forget who they played, but I know Cam was quarterbacking. So as far as
then my question is, because I heard somebody say that he had got suspended or whatever. Do I think he should be suspended from playing football? No. Do I think it was okay for Dannon to drop him? Yes, because they have to make their money, and their customers are mainly women.
I got a question, and this too could go to anybody that's listening. If you want to call in, the number is 347-989. 8472. That's 347-989-472. And to join into the conversation, all you got to do is press the 1. But my question is, let's see. Okay, with all that's going on.
Wait a minute, Gator. Before you go any further, you actually do have someone online they've been holding for a while. To go ahead and chime in.
Oh, okay. Welcome, caller.
Hey, how you guys doing? Sorry to interrupt that last time.
Oh, no,
it's okay. It's okay.
Who are you talking to?
This is Ron.
Oh, welcome to the show, Ron. Welcome to the show. You got a question or comment?
Oh yeah, I seen the topic, so I was just I had my brain wheel turning.
Uh-oh.
Okay now.
My issue here is like, do you think in today's generation we getting lost in all these isms? Everyone has a label for the problems they're going through, and there's also confusion because you got like sexism, and then you got feminism, which both seem to play towards women mostly. So for me, that contradicts itself already, when you talk about sexism, because you have feminism, which is like for women's equality over the sexes. Then you have sexism, which is discrimination of a gender, typically happening to women. So where does the men play here? So doesn't that kind of contradict that fact?
Queen answered it. And
I get what you're saying, and I wasn't part of the whole feminism movement. I wasn't part of that. I didn't want to have my breasts and stuff out in the middle of a whole field, putting my fist in the air. That wasn't my move. So I wasn't a part of that. The whole sexism thing, I really was like, I really don't care what Cam said. I get why he was dropped from that advertiser, Dan, and that's my main thing is what I was explaining to Gator. I really didn't care that he laughed it off and said women. That wasn't an issue to me. I'm not even putting a claim on it. I didn't even know about it until Gator called me, and I'm like, Gator, you know I don't watch TV or nothing. I don't even know what you're talking about.
And his comment was, it's weird for that coming from a woman. That was his comment, like, right? He was shocked about her knowing the football, basically.
Yeah.
And my
which
thing
is not terribly wrong for him to say, is it? When you think about the standard,
she's a sports reporter. Like, she's supposed to know. If she don't, why is she even doing
her job? Yeah.
She's not doing her job if she don't know.
You're right, but I mean, generally on a standard, though, just like if I go up to you and I meet you and you know real cards, I'd be like, man, I would really be surprised, though, because on the standard, though, most women, I mean, I think society has that standard set of, girl toy, boy toy thing.
Well, see, that's
boys wear this clothes.
That's the difference. It would be different if she was just a regular woman. Just she wasn't into sports, or she wasn't a sports writer. Let me say it like that. She wasn't a reporter as far as it goes.
Well, then again, Rome said you said it right, though.
I got what you're saying, though, but
I said the same thing.
But should we call it sexism, though? Because if I'm at a job, though, someone could come to me and talk to me like I don't know the job I'm doing. We can't call that sexism, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm working at a job and someone comes to me, so
right.
Should we call it sexism just because she's a woman? Because, I mean, he just spoke his mind, and it was an honest standard. You could get why he said it. It was funny. You could laugh it off.
Everybody's saying sexism, but being sexist has been a big thing for a long time. So, yes, I would still say he's sexist. If he would have said, you know what, I can't believe a reporter is asking me like this or asking me this, in general, making it a general statement for everybody, which means that I'm surprised a reporter knows this, not a woman. No, I still think that's sexist. Do I think Cam is fully sexist? Then
what
no,
about
I don't.
If I'm a black male and I report in hockey, and a hockey player said, "I'm surprised you know that," would that be sexist, or would it now be racist because I'm black?
See, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. I think
it depends on your mind frame.
I think majority of the women, the word woman and ran said, "Oh God," like Queen just said. If he would have said just a reporter, it probably wouldn't have been a big deal.
They probably
nobody would have said nothing. Yeah, nobody wouldn't think nothing of it. But he said a woman. So
but he was honest.
Okay, so my question to you, Rome. Yeah, he was honest, but he could have been honest off camera. Like, this is what you do. Maybe laugh with her later. Don't do it on camera. Okay. You get questions. But my thing for you is, if the man would have said to you, if you were talking and you said, he said, I'm surprised you know about hockey. What would have been your response? Would you would have said, because your mind, would you have said, okay, of course I know. You want to say, is it because I'm black? Most of these women, is their mindset. Their mind is set on, he just pinpointed women.
Mm. But in that same standard, though, like I said, I could get why he's...
Did we lose him?
Hello?
I don't know if we lost him. But
I hope we didn't.
I mean, it's a lot of guys that feel the same way.
Yeah.
Like,
you there?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, there he is.
How are you?
Yeah, I completely get the whole basis. She's a reporter.
Right.
She's a reporter. She's a woman, and obviously she knows her job because that's the job she's doing. But I don't think he meant it directly at her. He meant it at a general statement, like how well she did her thing. That you as a woman, because most women don't know football as a standard, and I think everyone could kind of agree with that. You know,
I think it's sometimes how you say it is not what you say, is how you say it.
And actually, since you just said that wrong,
he's getting whipped because he's a player.
David Newton of ESPN.com actually said the same thing. He said basically that what Cam said was meant as a compliment. It wasn't meant like, I can't believe women. It was kind of like a compliment coming from him.
Yes.
That's the way David received it. You know, I said he's ESPN.com. Now, I don't have his quote, but that's what he said. He was basically like, it was meant more as a compliment than a put down, which a lot of people took it as a put down because, well, shoot, look at society right now. Look at what we're going through right now.
Because everybody's so sensitive.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Do
you think we're getting lost in the isms nowadays?
Yeah.
I think we're getting lost in everything nowadays.
We are, but look at you have to look at everything that's going on in the United States right now. Like, look at what's going on. Somebody said, and I don't know if you heard me earlier, but somebody said on a post that I was on Facebook that said, wow, it's a trip that they going after this quarterback when our presidents can say stuff like grab him by the woo-ha. That ain't what he said, but he said grab him by the pussy. But it's
I take it a step further. I take it a step further and say it's a trip that all these issues of like gender identity, sexism is coming about when really the biggest issue of everything, the forefront of all these protests started off race issues in America. And now all of a sudden you got everybody else with issues.
Yeah. Jumping off on other stuff. Like, the big thing right now is a lot of people are getting upset because the NFL players are protesting and kneeling during the national anthem. And there are things being said like, how dare you disrespect the United States of America, the flag, our military. There are military men and women who are saying they find no disrespect in this because they honestly know why these players are kneeling. And
I might go out on a limb and say this, brother, and say that in this situation, I want to put a fault on women, on labeling many things as sex. I shouldn't be hearing about Cam Newton at all. I should be hearing about Harvey Weinstein, who's an actual sexist.
I agree.
I don't think it's just women that blew this up.
It puts it at the forefront, though. If you're a woman and you believe you're in a position, you deserve the position, when you use sexism as a sexism card, it puts you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You in a spot in a certain spot. I feel you. I can say that we should be talking about that instead of this. The issue is.
Could I say something real quick, please?
Go ahead.
Because I don't watch TV. I just was giving Gator a new insight onto why maybe some of the women, but you just put all women when you just said I put the blame on women. I don't agree that he should be getting any backlash. I'm just putting it from a woman point of view, but you just put me in that whole category.
I'm sorry for generalizing like that. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, Queen does not like. She really don't like the word all.
I apologize for the generalization then.
I get what you said, though, and I agree with everything. I do agree with you, and I'm so glad you came because we need somebody to come in and challenge like that. But it's not all women.
You're right. It's not. I mean, I think that was shown when you had the feminism movement happening. You had a lot of women coming out that were CEOs, owners of companies. Like, that's not true. That's not really happening.
Right.
You know? So, for me, feminism almost plays like you could play a race card. Like, someone could be like, oh, you know, at a job, I'm black. That's the same way women can sometimes play that. So it's like, how do you narrow it down to an actual situation, though? Because then you're going to have everyone saying it's because I'm a minority or because I'm a woman happening all over the place. And then where do you put transgender person? How do you put a transgender in that? How does that play in the sex?
I'm going to be honest with you. I believe, and this is just me personally, and I could be wrong, and if she's listening, she can hit me up and say, yo, Jacob, you wrong. That's not right. But
you can find him at
personally, the way that it came about, the first thing that hit my head was, oh, she's trying to get some publicity off of this. She's trying to get some more money. She's trying to get this and she's trying to get that. Because let me tell you why I said that. All of the stuff that's been going on, and I'm sure it's way more than this that's been said, what Cam said, and Cam ain't even say a whole paragraph. He just said a few sentences. But I'm pretty sure there are a lot of women that have been objectified and made to look a certain way, or words have been said to them dealing with this, and nothing has been said. Even if they came forth and said, yo, this is how I feel about this certain situation, she quickly ran to Twitter and started posting stuff. Like, she went quick.
Yeah.
She went quick, and she started scandalizing Cam's name, like, immediately. And
you know what's funny, though?
Mm-hmm.
Some of the most respected on-field reporters are women, though. And basketball and football are all women. And the players even respect and prefer the women over the men that are coming. So that's why it's like the position you're playing. When he said it, I was like, he's about to catch some shit because who he is in the position. But like, I completely got it. For me, it was lighthearted. It wasn't no ill intended in it.
And I agree. I don't think it was ill will intended. At the same time,
but she ran with it.
But see, at the same time, NFL players, celebrities as a whole, have to be careful of what they say. Shoot, me and Queen, even doing our other show that we used to do, had to be careful of how we worded different stuff, because certain people, like we said earlier, are very sensitive. So they will take what you say and they will run with it. The difference with us is that our stuff is recorded. So they can really go back and pull up whatever is said and just run with it. Yo, I got proof. This is what has happened. And the same deal with Cam in his post-interview. These guys in these post-interviews, and ladies, because it's ladies athletes that, you know, they have post-interviews after they play whatever it is they play in, whatever sport. They have to be very careful about how they say different things. And celebrities as a whole, I would have to say, because people, just because you have a name and everyone knows you, will go after you. Even if you say something and you didn't mean it that way, by the time you catch up with it and try to resolve the issue, it'll be all over the nation.
But it's just so funny because it's such like a double-edged sword. It's so contradicted. Because in that case, like, I done seen NFL players shut down male reporters in the worst ways to straight insults.
Yeah.
And there's no backlash or talk about that. Like, you know, they really get shut down. Male reporters really get, someone be like, you're stupid. I don't know. You're stupid. You're a fucking idiot. Shut up. Like, and no one says shit. Like,
and we laugh at it, and nobody
thinks
nothing of it. It's like, oh wow, did you see how he shut him down? That was hilarious.
That's my thing there, like, because where does the definition stand then? And that standard, because if a man speaks to a man like that, it's not sexist because he's a man and it's a man saying it.
I think I
but
took
if it was
where
a woman,
Gator went with it. He said that she wanted to get some publicity off of that, because if it could have been a male one that he came off the wrong way like that, and if that male felt like he wanted to run with it, he could. It just so happened it ain't been a male reporter yet that felt like he wanted to run to social media and get at a athlete that done came at him wrong. It just so happened that this was a woman that used it.
Yeah,
she used
you have to remember that this is the line of work she's in. Reporters know how to get you. They know what to say to send you off. Believe me, I know, because I've seen it so many times where they would say something that would just trigger it. They probably do this in their little, what do they call them? I'll say it's a practice run. When they sitting there trying to see what questions they can ask, and they go into this person that
their probing question
background
to get what they
want.
want.
They go into their background and they find out what's the type of stuff that they got that's covered up that they don't want nobody to know about, and throw it at them, because that's what they do on the regular. It's good news.
One of the questions I like to ask, just speaking about sexism, is I don't know if none of y'all have kids, but if you do, or if you had a son, and your son came up to you and he wanted to play with Barbies, would you let him?
Would I let him play with Barbies?
Yeah.
If that's what he wanted to play with, I mean, I would explain it.
You have
I
to
would
think
ask
about
him.
it.
No, I would ask him. I would ask him first, why do you want to play with Barbies?
But why would you ask that?
Because I've been in a house with boys. I've never had a boy come up and say they want to play with a Barbie. If he want to play with a Barbie, go ahead. But first tell me why you want to play with a Barbie.
But why does he have to tell you why?
Do I think? Because that's how I raised my child, and I would want to know.
But why?
Because that's my choice.
But why?
That's my choice.
Because in your head, it's a girl's toy. He can't play with
No,
Barbies.
not in my head.
Honest.
No, let's be honest. The reason why is because my daddy always asked me, Queen, why you want to play football? Queen, why you want to do this? So I was always told that.
All right. Okay.
So why can't? So I've been brought up to ask the questions.
Do we have anybody else?
Am I going to stop him
right
from
now?
playing with it? No. That'll be different.
Okay.
Then I would
Yes,
be
we do.
part of that.
Okay.
Now you know there can't.
Let's get.
Hold on. Let's take it. Now you know that there cannot be a show with Queen on it unless her arch nemesis is on air with her.
Oh Lord,
So,
no.
I ain't ready.
On the debut episode of The Breakdown, since I'm not going to be on air tonight just because I want you guys to be successful, the co-owner of Tone Deaf Radio felt the need to stop in tonight. So I just want y'all to know that the man known as Fresh is in the building tonight, people.
I wasn't ready.
I have a feeling he was around here somewhere.
Yeah, man, I'm always lurking, man. I'm always lurking.
Now you hear what we talking about, Fresh. You already know how we do. I want your insight.
About what? What was the topic? I
We
called
talking
in. All I
about
heard was
sexism.
somebody wanted to play with Barbies. I hope ain't nobody playing with Barbies.
No, our initial topic is sexism. Now, the actual show was brought about Cam Newton and the situation he went through with the lady saying that he was making sexist remarks. Yeah. What's your feeling?
People should people should really grow up. Big whoop. She said she asked him a football-related question, and Cam was like, "Wow, can't believe you knew that." That's like if I walked up and started telling a woman about a sew-in, I would expect her to say, "Wow, I can't believe you know about sew-ins, bro."
Oh.
No, I don't know about sew-ins, so I can't argue about that.
The world is
good point.
The same thing. Let me tell you what. First, Queen had to break it down for me first because I said the same thing, and Queen so much told me that this lady is a sports writer. Okay,
no,
I didn't know that.
She should.
And I get it. And I get it that that's her job, but like in the grand scheme of things, in my opinion, I believe the world is too sensitive. Like, it's so much other stuff. It's so much.
We're not supposed to be agreeing right now.
But it's so much. It's so much other stuff in the world we could really be focusing on and worried about. But you know, like Donald Trump, you're supposed to be running the free world, and you're supposed to be, you know, being a president, but you're worried about people kneeling in the NFL. And this ain't none of your business.
See?
This ain't your job. You're not Roger Goodell. You don't run the NFL. This ain't your league. You run. This is a prime example of people not minding their business. And I hate people who don't mind their business. Like, so you comment on everything but what's supposed to be talking about.
I don't think none of us mind our business. We all comment on it. Like we're having this show right now.
Well, I mean, of course, we not going to mind our business, but you're the president of the United States. Like, there is so much other stuff you could be doing. Like, you got Korea trying to blow us up, but you worried about Colin Kaepernick kneeling and calling people sons of bitches. Like, dog, relax.
Bro. Well, that's because he wasn't supposed to be president to begin with.
And it was like, okay, so Cam Newton. So it's like I just feel like when you're young and you're black and you're successful, they micromanage everything you do. Mm-hmm. So no matter how Cam Newton would have answered that question, it would have still been a headline on ESPN.
See, and that's what I said.
He not new, and I feel like he should have handled it better because he's not new to the game. I mean, come on, man, you had the year, you had the season of your life like 2 seasons ago, but now everybody think you're a criminal because you dabbing. Like everybody thinks you're a thug because you dancing on people. They think you're a criminal. They think you're a thug. Like, come on, man. You know how the game go, and you definitely should have handled that question a lot better.
He walked into it. He knew. She's not even right. I don't think she should have blew it up like that. Whatever. He asked the question. He was surprised. But he knew. Just do the interview and go on about your business.
Yeah. I think he knew if some backlash was coming, because right after he said it, the look on his face. Like as soon as he got through talking, if I could just do a pause still, and I probably will, I'll post it on Facebook. Oh, matter of fact, while I brought that up, make sure y'all go on Facebook. There is a group. It's brand new. It's a group. We got a like page. Look for the breakdown.
All Cam Newton had to do was look at that lady and say no comment and keep it moving.
Nah, bro.
He still would have got it. He still would have got it.
I mean, Cam Newton
like, well, why she want?
Well, let me ask y'all this.
He's gonna have to start doing interviews like Marshawn Lynch in a minute.
If women want the equality, shouldn't he be able to speak as open and honest as he would to a man? Shouldn't it be the same thing then? If they want the equality there,
it'll never work that way. It'll never work that way.
Like that.
So then it's a contradiction then. So then we shouldn't feed up to it because like I brought up the Harvey Weinstein, you got him on record pressuring women to come to his room, masturbating in his robe.
Wait a minute, Ron. Let me say something about that because I was mad about that. Cause what's the lady named Gwyneth Paltrow? They said he tried to touch her, and when she first did her first movie 7 years ago, and then she thanked him for doing another movie, one of his movies. Why are you even still doing movies with him if he touched you the first time you tried to do a movie with him? That pissed me off.
Because
and that's what sexism is real right there. That's what sexism is real.
Yeah,
because
but
you got a man in power.
Say it. She can't even say it no more because if that was the case, then you should have stood out and said, you know what? No, I'm not doing no more movies with you. But she still went back and did another movie. So whatever.
Well, no,
let her keep fondling on people.
Because that's what sexism matters. Because she's a woman as an actress, and he's a guy in the movie that runs the business, a lot of it. So she's doing her job, although she's feeling uncomfortable. She shouldn't be uncomfortable in doing her job. You know what I'm saying?
There's no reason for nobody to stand back out because she could have said, you know what, if I'm really thinking of doing it, like Gator said, the procedure to stop it, then I'm going to stop doing movies.
But you know that's not reality, though.
Right, but it needs to be.
That's me being a black male. If I'm a black male in my job and I'm successful in my job, but I feel a racism, you know, sometimes you don't got that position to go against it, even though you know it's wrong.
My thing is, and I agree with Queen. I agree with Queen. She don't have. It ain't like she can't get no more work.
Yeah,
everybody knows who she is.
Well,
she can work with whoever.
I think that's easier said than done. That's easier said than done. You can say that in hindsight.
But
what
if you're gonna say it like that, Jacob, just take that situation and then apply it to Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick took a knee because of what he believed in, and he's not backing up what he believes in. But there's no reason why Colin Kaepernick can't get a job in the NFL, and he's a decent quarterback.
That is the reason. Right. The reason is that it's because he took a knee.
Right.
That's exactly the reason, and no one's saying nothing about that.
You're right. Now that you're right. It don't make a lot of sense. But you know these corporate let's say, what do I call them? Associations, these cliques. I know, and I don't know about the sports industry like that, but I know as far as acting, if you get a bad name on set, it will go everywhere.
Right. You can definitely get blackballed.
And you will definitely, yes, you will get blackballed. I've literally seen people walk off set, and I've never seen them anywhere else on any other set.
Yeah. You know what pisses me off about this is that you barely hear about the situation. They're trying to cover it up so heavy, but they went crazy on Bill Cosby, though.
Because it's a combination of
can we not use Bill Cosby as an example?
The infrastructure.
He did it.
But when I heard about the Harvey Weinstein, he had a representative come up to a news show, and she literally said on the TV that he did it. He was acting like a bad boy. What? That's what you gonna say it like that? He's being a bad boy, bad behavior. How you admit it on TV and then everyone just shut up?
See, that's why I don't want nobody to generalize this whole feminism thing. Don't put me in a category with these women because I can't.
The representative that did it, check this. She was the one that was representing the women. She was the one that was representing women that was trying to go against Bill Cosby.
Wait, the same lady?
The same lady that represented the women for Bill Cosby was the same one that was protecting Harvey Weinstein. Imagine that shit.
Lord. Well, Bill Cosby did it, bro. So I just want y'all to know that he did that.
He go.
Bro, there's no way 52 women accuse you of rape and you didn't touch not one of them. I'm not going.
You say something happened.
He may not have did all 50. He may have not have did all 52, but he's good for at least 15.
But you don't think?
But no settlements though.
You don't think
Say that.
women start coming out the woodwork just to jump on board of what's going on? You don't believe it?
But if the information was already there, why it take so long to come out? And then again, you have no settlements though. He ain't paid nobody, nothing. But you got Bill O'Reilly, you got Harvey Weinstein, where it's a plethora of settlements being paid, and everyone's acting like it's okay. But Bill Cosby, someone who paid nobody no money. He paid nobody no money. You got people coming out just now, acting like you had all this evidence on standby or something.
Well, hey, I mean, if you're going to put Bill Cosby in jail, let's put OJ back on the stand and see if that glove fit now.
You said see if it fits now? Wow.
Hey, I'm just saying, bro, I believe that glove was switched out. That glove was switched out. They tampered with the evidence. There's no way.
I don't know what OJ did. I don't know what OJ did.
He killed 2 white people and he killed 2 white people and got away with it. That's exactly what he did. No question about what he did.
I know when they did the documentary. When they did the documentary, though, the cops looked suspect when they was doing all the investigation shit.
Tell me OJ didn't do it. OJ did that.
But
Lord, we ain't talking.
They basically took OJ from his mama in the ghetto and basically adopted that nigga and raised him in a white college.
The only person that may have not. Oh, look, bro. You know what? It doesn't even matter what you do or how you do it. If the jury can prove that you were capable of doing it, then you going to jail.
Yeah, you pretty much guilty.
Yeah, you're done.
But they found him not guilty of the murder though. But what's crazy is he still had to pay the victim's mother money. How you found not guilty, but you got to pay all this money to somebody? That's the reason they took his stuff. That's the reason they took all this shit.
Well,
that's fishy stuff, man. That's fishy stuff.
Just know OJ finna be a TV star now. He fresh out of jail. He finna be on Kardashian.
Well, he need it because he still owe the money.
OJ finna get straight to the bag. He finna get all this money.
He said he needed because he's...
But he still got to pay the family, though. That's crazy, right?
Yeah,
man. Hey, I'll support OJ. OJ get a reality show. I'm watching it.
Oh, Lord. If you want to call in and join this conversation, all you got to do is call 347-989-8472.
Oh my God,
call in and prove Fresh wrong. Fresh is not telling what you think. So call in and join us. This is our first show. I like how this conversation is going so far.
Yes.
Tone, how much time we got? I need to check. Because we can talk all day.
Tone did it.
Technically, you got an hour.
Oh, okay.
Then what?
Okay.
We got another hour?
He down with the OJ, too?
You can go.
Oh, I want to ask this. I'll ask it too from a woman's perspective. I ask Queen, and in your eyes, do you think the whole feminism and sexism should make a shift? Women just take a stand and just do a forefront and actually, like, you know, they don't use a card. They just show and prove. They come up and they stop using it. They just come, show and prove. Do you think they should start doing that? You think that should happen?
I agree. That's what I told Gator. I don't think there's no procedure to stop it. I just prove you wrong. Like my dad, once again, said I shouldn't be doing it. And then after a while, he was out there cheering when I played football. He was at all my wrestling matches. So after a while, he stopped saying it. Prove him wrong. That's how I
used to wrestle.
Queen out here flexing.
I used to wrestle and play football.
Queen out here flexing.
No wonder why she's so violent. I see it now. I see it.
That's what's up. That's dope. That's why sometimes I can't sympathize.
Old niggas.
Yeah.
Because I was raised by women, a single mother, and I had lots of aunts in my life that are very successful. So, like, in my eyes, I can't see it. Like, my aunt went from, like, state trooper, FBI. She went to Air Force, built rank, still building rank. I'm like, she's knocking dudes down left to right. I be feeling bad when she meet dudes. I be like, yo, you sure you can hang? Because she might knock you out the box. Like, I don't know. I be trying to...
It's crazy.
So
What's funny is that I lived in my dad was military, so I moved to Nevada. It was a small town named Fallon, and I was the only black girl in all my classes. And I actually got put on the football team, majority white football team. It was only 4% black in this city, and I ended up tackling a white guy that kept bothering me when I was walking to lunch. And he was on the football team. So then the coach said, well, we got to put you on the football team. So it was just a whole bunch of stuff going on there.
Yeah, because you know the white people be small. They built like that.
Was that a revenge move, Queen?
It was. I was mad. He kept calling me all kinds of names.
You're violent, man. You're violent. You're violent.
I am not.
You know white people be built small.
See, we ain't going to start.
So you just go 21. You just go 21 blitzing in the hallway? Is how you feel? You just go.
It had to go down.
30 dives.
Hit him with the read. Hit him with the read option.
Damn, you over there doing the 3-point shot?
Do y'all think?
Super.
Now, just give me your personal opinion. Do you
Yes,
think if the roles were, if the roles were reversed, what I'm saying is, if it was a woman that was being interviewed by a man reporter, and this happened, like say they were talking about tennis or something, or I don't know what's a predominantly women's sport, because I can't even say tennis.
Nothing.
Right.
Okay. Nothing.
That's
the no. Real talk though. The whole reason why this was such a big ordeal, to sum it up in a nutshell, is the simple fact that women are not equal in sports like men. Like, there's not a single sport out there where there's not a male version of it. And some sports don't have nothing to do with women at all, unless it's like some sex.
What about basketball?
Of it.
Say basketball.
Yeah, running around in lingerie, the football.
Right, like there's a WNBA, but we don't respect it like we do the NBA.
That's not true. WNBA chicks are nice.
It is.
They're nice.
They got game, but the league is trash.
Okay, let me ask you this question. How many WNBA games have you been to?
1 or 2.
Exactly. 1 or 2.
But this is how you should blame the system. That's how they put it out, though.
No, it's not the system, though. It's the simple fact that as men, we are not interested in seeing women play certain sports. We're just not. So therefore, if a woman, if the roles are reversed, there's not a single sport that you can't ask a man about, and a woman can say, "Oh, I'm surprised you know about that," because there's not much that we don't already do. That's the whole reason why the opportunity that she had to take something and run with it and put it out there, like, "Oh my God, I can't believe he said that,"
right.
Because women are not accepted in all of these things often. You don't hear about a women's football team unless it's an arena lingerie football thing where the girl is half naked. You don't see an actual football team of a woman where she's playing rugby style. No, you're not hearing about that. You don't see a lacrosse team.
And they should, because
yes,
a lot
you
of
do. Female lacrosse, you got massively female lacrosse teams. What you talking about?
We're talking about professional. I'm not talking college-based. I'm talking professional.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay, my bad.
Where money is being made. Where money is being made at. That's the key thing. It's where money is being made at. Because we as a world do not see women as being profitable when it comes to sports. So anytime
you know what I'll say, though?
That
women are very predominant when it comes to the Olympics. When it comes to the Olympic sports, they're very dominant there.
Yeah,
That's true.
And if you're talking about athleticism, Olympic sports is a mainframe right there. You're talking about track field. You're talking about all that stuff where women dominate very much so.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But once again, that's a once every 4-year situation.
But that's very fucking
moment for about two.
That's very top notch, though. You represent America. You represent the whole country.
Well, it goes 2 weeks. It goes on.
But you have 2 weeks.
But
you have.
Go ahead.
You have 2 weeks out a 4-year time frame. Okay, where you are the center of attention. Okay, from there on out, if you didn't win gold, we don't care about you. That's the difference. You could have been great. You could have almost broke a record. You could have been the fastest woman this side of Mississippi. But if you didn't win gold, we don't care. Oh, you got
I wouldn't say that's completely true, though.
Place.
I wouldn't say that's completely true.
What was the last?
Because they represent countries in that.
You cared about. Right.
We follow. I would say this: just because we don't know, doesn't mean it's not very well known. And what I could say about the Olympics, though, like you said, men are dominant in other sports, but look at that consumerism. Then you're talking about all men, but when you talk about Olympics, it's men and women watching that. So who really has a bigger fan base?
But which one is profitable? That's the key.
Olympics
thing. We live in a consumer-based world. It's all about profits. You can make money for 2 weeks once every 4 years compared to making money every season. I see more women right now breaking their necks cheering for the Green Bay Packers, okay, than I actually hear men, okay? And that's profitable, okay? The Olympics, we're standing behind the gymnastics team. Like, let's be honest, none of us watch gymnastics throughout the whole entire year until the Olympics come around and them 5 little black girls get out there on the field. And they're destroying records and stuff. Other than that,
here we go.
A year later, we don't care. And I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong. I'm not saying that.
But you know why, though?
In this situation, it's not profitable.
It's very international, though. So they're playing overseas a lot overseas. So that's why we're not following it that much.
It happens in the States too. There's a lot of these Olympic sports that happens in the States. I watch them all the time because.
But the premise of
you live in the state that ain't got no professional team.
The premise when it gets to the Olympics is America versus everybody else. So when it's in the States, you're not following it because the competition is not so much with the American versus American. It's when you get to the big games where it's America versus state, and that's why that is. That's why no one's following it that much.
See, I don't know about that though, because I know it's a lot of. I've never been into tennis like that, but I watch tennis a lot. Like, I watch it a lot. And I'll be honest with you, I watch it because of Venus and Serena.
It's Serena booty.
But
that's true. You watch it because of Serena booty.
That is not the reason. Stop it. But I watch it a lot because my mom got me into it. My mom used to watch it a lot. So every time I came around my mom and she was watching it, she was like, hey, you know, such and such is playing, or even the guys that play, she would let me know, hey, such and such is playing. She'll call me and be like, hey, I know y'all get it. I was in Atlanta at the time. I know y'all get it there. You should switch over and watch them. And so I would watch. And then I started getting into the sport. Tennis, what y'all talking about? Hockey earlier.
Let me ask you, does tennis do co-ed? Does tennis do like a woman versus man sometimes?
Yeah. Well,
they do, right?
They do mix, which is
the team ups.
It's rare.
Usually it's men. It's a man on one side and a woman, and then a man and a woman on the other side, and they play each other. I haven't really seen where it's a woman team against a man's team, unless they're doing something for charity. sometimes
and
they
so
do that for charity.
Why don't we talk about this then?
And that don't count.
He said that don't count.
Why don't we talk about this? When you have like a straight just women's tennis and a men's tennis, why can't it just be one thing and they all facing each other?
Because let's be honest, the level of competition across the board is not equal. Yes, you have some dominant women out there that just get. No, hold on. It's not equal. You do have some dominant females out there that can destroy any man they come against, but those are rarities. Venus and Serena can defeat anybody, but there's some men out there throughout the history of tennis that will always over dominate a woman when it comes to the game.
But
they will.
Is that really true? Is that really true?
It's been proven. Now, I'm not saying that things are not going to get better. But based on past history of what's been shown in games, yes, it's a fact. That's part of the reason why they stray away from this man versus that woman. It's not always about male chauvinistics. It's just simply it's sometimes not fair and it's not entertaining. Think about it.
Could it be that a man wants to hold their place on the top and he doesn't really want to be shadowed by a woman? Could that be a case too?
No, because this day and age with the simple fact that no, because at this day and age, the man could be a woman first, so it doesn't matter. Gender lines have been destroyed so badly right now that doesn't even matter anymore.
Well, I think we should try it. I think we should try it because, I mean, if we're gonna talk about this and it's gonna be a problem, and a reporter can have a problem, then it should be intermixed then. It shouldn't be these little one-time moments where someone's being sensitive. We should actually intermix it then. I think. What's the problem to start with sports?
You know what?
Why not?
The quickest way to get people involved in that and get the conversation going is social media, especially Twitter. If you go on Twitter and you just tag certain ones that's in the industries that you're talking about, it'll be circulated because of their name. And I've seen that. I know that because I used to DJ a lot, and the way that I got people to see who I was and what I was doing was going on Twitter and tagging certain artists that I was spinning at the time. So I would say, "Yo, join me right now. I'm spinning at DJ. Who's one of the big DJs? What's that man name?
Khaled?
I can't even think of his name right now. Yeah, Cali. I'm spinning DJ Cali new joint, and people would flock to listen to me. They would be tripping like, "How did you get all these people to come and listen to you on the air?" Twitter. I wasn't doing it. Well, I was doing it on Facebook and Instagram. But these people was from Twitter. And so that would be, I mean, if that's something that needed or wanted to get started, that would be the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, because I think this thing is embedded in us. It's the sexism part, like it's such a contradiction because it's embedded with everything, really. Because like you said, what if you put a man and a woman in the ring? Automatically it's going to be like, oh, she's a woman. You're already promoting the sexism there. Because she's a woman, you're going to beat the shit out of her. That's what you think.
I don't know, because I seen Ronda Rousey beat some men that...
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? Like, this stuff is already prepostered and pushed with the sexism behind it.
It's our society.
It's not always. It's not always sexism, though, dude. It's sometimes just the simple fact that one is just outmatched better than the other. You're not going to sit here and put someone like Brock Lesnar in the ring with Ronda Rousey. Like,
obviously, that's a weight difference. That's a weight difference.
Well, you might.
That does play a factor in certain sports, though.
But I wouldn't put Brock Lesnar versus Floyd Mayweather neither. So what are you saying?
Well, see, that don't count because Floyd Mayweather went against Big Show and he won. So
I just said it all depends on how the storyline is supposed to go.
I think it's just embedded.
I know,
like who's a better
that.
parent? Who's a better parent, a father or a mother?
Wow.
It's always a mother,
really?
bro.
There's always a mother. You see what I'm saying? That shit's embedded.
I'm only saying that.
It's embedded.
I'm only saying that because my wife is sitting right next to me, so I'm not being stupid.
Oh, yeah, don't get beat down.
But you see how the court system plays automatically towards the mother. That's sexism right there.
In most
situations,
the mother is always the nurturer. In most words here, keep saying in most situations. So I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong, but when you look at the overall picture, who is the one that's always taking care of the kids most of the time out the day? It's the mother. So by definition, just by how much she puts in there, yes, she is going to be the more nurturer or the better parent to the eyes of the kid.
And we as a society accepted that standard. And we as a society has accepted that standard. So when I go to a woman and say, hey, you take care of the kid, you're going to be better at it, you can't call me sexist. Because you as a society accepted the standard that the mother was already better.
Because if the mother is the one doing all the work.
You see, that's sexist right there that you just said. You see what I'm saying? It's a double-edged sword.
Doing all the work. You're not listening to the statement. If the mother is doing all the work, what do you think here? Like, how are you going to label that? You can't say the father is the better parent if the father isn't doing anything at all.
Exactly, but what you said that you accepted, there's no census, there's no study that says mothers are better parents than fathers. That's just something society set up and accepted. So then when a man is like that to a woman,
there actually is studies. There is actual studies.
I would say at least 80% of the time, it is the woman. And I'll tell you why. I've been doing shows for 10 years, and my experience has been majority of the time, a lot of us men, I ain't going to say all men, but a lot of us men run away from the pure thought of raising kids because there's a lot of guys that get into that situation and they're not ready for it. If you're ready for it, it's completely different. But a lot of guys aren't ready for it. So you do have a lot of single women raising kids. I know a lot of people that I'm cool and I talk to all the time that were raised by women, and they're great people. They're awesome people. Now, at the same tip of the coin, there are some men out there that do this job, and they raise kids, including little girls or boys, but it's more women that do it than men. So it's kind of...
If you have two parents that are both great parents and they're both providers and both there, in a split, a court is going to see the mother to be in more control of the paternity statute. That's why a man has to approve or is not going to get basically the benefit of the doubt. That's how the court system is going to see it.
Well, the court
in the mother's favor.
Well, not anymore.
They see it that way
anymore.
because...
Not anymore.
They see it that way because...
No, I have to intervene with that. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was like, because the courts don't do that no more. Because the courts used to do that all the time because they would think the woman carried the kid for 9 months. They have more of an emotional and a physical connection. The fact that depending on how young the kid is, you got a lot of women that breastfeed, so the source of food and nourishment comes from the woman. So plus the way the world used to be, the man was the provider. He goes out, he makes all the money, and the woman stays home and takes care of home. So she's already dealing with the kids on a regular basis. But as the time started to shift and women started going out doing things on their own just as well as men, sometimes even better than men, the court system started understanding that, you know what, sometimes it's not always you need money from the man to take care of things. Sometimes it's just joint custody is the better option because you both are providing equally. Then we got to the point where some people started taking advantage of the system. So normally give to the woman wasn't doing what she was supposed to. Now the courts look at the situation and they pay attention. Is this a good fit? Is it better for the father? The dad has a job, he has a house, he has a car, he has all this, he has all that. The mother's living with the mom. No, you can't. You get joint custody, but you won't get full custody. Because now he got to get it sometimes too.
What if they're both good parents, though? Where is the court going to lean towards?
Believe it or not, depending on the age of the child, they ask the kid where you want to go. If they're both good parents, but they separated simply because those two wasn't perfect, those parents in most cases will do joint custody. They will split that. They'll be like, okay, one parent keeps the kids during the school year, and they come down on the holidays, and the other parent take them during the non-school times. And the key word you keep saying here is good parents.
Good parents. Yeah, that's the key words. Good parents. Because good parents don't want to see their child struggling.
That sounds like reasonable parents.
Emotional.
I should change it then.
Of a child being separated from one of their parents. So
2 good providers, 2 good parents, and the mother asks for full custody. You're telling me that the court wouldn't lead towards that? To the mother, and the father wouldn't have to prove above a reasonable doubt to a standard. He wouldn't get put through a whole plethora of questioning and showing proof so he could have the joint custody.
What I understand is they look at the background. They look at the background of both of the parents. They look at the financial income of both parents to see the living arrangements. They go through all of that type of stuff to see where the child would be better fitted. It all depends on, and like Tone kept saying, the key words is good parents. A good parent wouldn't have their child go through that. A good parent would come up with a plan between the both of them and say, okay, this is how we're going to do it. Let's go to court and present this to the judge, to the court.
Yes.
And so they would always come prepared for that. The only time that happens is when one of those parents decides in their own mind, well, shoot, I don't think they deserve it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
It's usually strife against each other. Well, he did this. She cheated on me. I'm not going to go along with this. Or instead of looking at the child, it's just like what Tom was saying earlier as far as the money coming in and how they use the money, because that's a big deal too.
Yeah, but he also said the court system looks at it, the mother holding a child for 9 months. I know you think it's changed, but it's still very much like that. That's still looked at like that. Father is just looked at like a.
It depends on, from what I understand, it depends on the age of that child. Like Tone said, it does depend on that. Now, if the child is a baby, handheld, I'm talking about 30, a young child.
And the mother's a crack addict?
Will go like that. Now, if the mother's a crack addict, no, she won't have custody of that. If there is proof that the mother in any type of way could or would harm this child with it being with them, they wouldn't allow that. The court's in place so that would not
exactly.
happen.
So the whole nurturing thing doesn't play a part at all.
Well, you
see what I'm saying?
You said 2 good parents at first. Now you're saying the mother is a crackhead. That changes the whole thing. It changes it. Because if it was 2 good parents, then it would be, like I said before, them talking it out. But if one of them is
that's
a
why I
crackhead,
changed
of course the court will look at that. And they'll be like, well, do you have proof that this is going on? And if the court sees there is proof of that situation happening, it all depends. Because
that's why I'm saying that
where neither parent got them, their grandparents got them.
And that's why I say that the nurturing part doesn't play a factor. Because if the baby's a newborn child and is being breastfed and say the mother's a crack addict, it wouldn't matter if the baby's a newborn. It wouldn't go to the mother.
In that
because
situation, it wouldn't. It wouldn't in that situation. But you said good parent.
I know, but what I'm saying is if it doesn't apply in one situation, then that means it can't apply in the opposite of it. Nurturing can't be a factor because if that was the case, where nurturing was all that mattered.
It is a factor, though. And I'm going. People be tripping because I go this way, but I'm going biblically because biblically, that's the way it's supposed to be done. Now, our society now is completely different because a lot of people have gone away from the biblical terms. But back in the day,
I'm surprised you went biblical.
I'm
because they're big on the forefront when it comes to sexism.
You said what again? Say that again.
They get big criticism. Well, nowadays, no, they're trying to catch up, but they were big on the forefront when it came to being sexist.
Well, the problem is nowadays they have a quote unquote separation of state and church, which usually don't. It didn't apply back then because the church was the court back in the day. Now, back in biblical times, the church was the court. When you came before the court, you were sitting in these scribes and different people like that. They were all biblical people, and they had a harsher. It was way worse than it is now. If you think some of these judgments that come down now is bad, whoo.
Well, the church still has its own court system, though.
It depends on the church you're talking about. It all depends on...
Priests follow their own court. And,
well, see, that's what I was going to say. The Catholic Church is different, yeah. And a lot of people feel like, I don't know, because of where it originated and everything, that they were a part of the original church. But there's a lot of signs, and if you pay attention, and I don't know if y'all biblical or not, but if you go back and you read the Bible, it'll tell you these different situations that happened back in the day to make you think, okay, these are the same ones, because they keep up with the same traditional I don't know if they was rules of biblical times, and they still say certain things that you can't do.
I'm not really religious,
Yeah.
I don't have a religion. I think the Bible's a good story and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. But I just always go back to that because I was raised that way, and I've read it for myself. I've experienced a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's good. It's a good standpoint. It's a good balance.
And see, that's another thing that stood out with me. I don't know if Sean's seen this or if you have. Cam is that way. That's what tripped me out today. The attack came upon him because Cam is a Christian man. He always talks about the Bible, and he's always saying something about God. If you pay attention to any of his interviews, he always says something about God and the situation. This particular situation that we were talking about, I didn't see the whole interview. Like, I didn't see all of the interview. I was trying to find it, but I couldn't find it. All I kept finding was this situation with this lady reporter. I don't know. I probably have to still look for it. But we talk about sexism. We done got into some of everything on this broadcast. Queen,
it gets deep.
Queen had to leave because she has to be up in the morning. And I'm talk to Tone about that because we might have to do some stuff because a lot of our listeners probably had the same situation. They have to be at work in the morning, so it's kind of late for them, and we could set it up, but we'll let y'all know next week what's going on and what we're going to do with the situation, because Tone let me know that this is our whole day.
Well,
right?
Do you feel like the religion has caught up with the times yet?
Has it caught up with the times? It depends on your standpoint. Me personally,
well, with sexism in particular, with women.
With sexism,
well, women,
like
with women
said,
in particular.
Like I said, back in the day, there were no issues like this, and I'll tell you why. If they was literally chopped quick, because back then, it was an eye for an eye, meaning if you did something wrong, and the Bible even says that if your right hand offends you, cut it off. They literally would do that.
Huh.
If you was caught cheating, you were punished in a way that today's society would see as inhumane. It wouldn't be right in today's society. But back in the day,
women didn't have rights.
No, I have to read. I have to do some research on that because I don't know. I can't specifically say. I know they didn't hold major titles. I do know that they didn't hold titles. It was pretty much unheard of a woman being a priest or a woman being in a high position. That was unheard of back in the day. So
now
women have
changed.
come a long way. Just like you.
Well, you got like one or two women priests now?
I'm sure it's more than that.
I mean, high ranking, like
more than that.
Hell yeah.
High ranking.
It's like one or two.
Probably, yeah, probably. But they come a long way because there was none then, like none.
Mm-hmm.
But women have fought for their rights. Just like we can say in society, we fought for our rights, even though people are trying to take them from us now.
And we have to recognize too, like the religions have like these fractions that are broken up. Like even if you're Catholic or Christian, there's different types of those. You know, you have the extremists, you have modern day, which are like mostly the younger people that vibe in and try to mesh with things or try not to make things so restrictive.
Yeah.
You know, you have different types.
I see it as depending on, and we talking about religions and all that different stuff. It shouldn't be different religions, honestly, but people believe in different stuff, and a lot of people have made up stuff, and they turn people away to where people don't want to deal with religion, period. I personally hate religion.
Me too.
As far as religion goes. Now, as the way that they have it now, yeah, it's different. I have a cousin, and I don't know why we're talking about this, but apparently it needs to be said. My cousin is a pastor. I think he's been pastoring for, I want to say 6 years now, 5 or 6 years, something like that. He took over the church, my uncle's church. He's in the spotlight. Like when I say he's in the spotlight, he rubs elbows with people in high places as far as we consider in Christianity, like Fred Hammond. He was a gospel singer. To me, big time celebrity. Kirk Franklin. I know everybody know Kirk Franklin. These are the people that my cousin is around.
Donnie McClurkin, all these different singers, and I'm saying singers because, and different things, because he is a gospel artist himself. But when we was talking about earlier, being careful about what you say and how you say different things, because of the spotlight that's shown upon him, people put him under a microphone, magnifying glass.
Yeah, almost
so
like idolization.
Things, yeah, if he says certain things, he gets recognized for it. Now he was doing. I'm gonna put it like this: he was with a well-known artist, not none of the ones that I said, but he was with a well-known artist, and something happened with that artist that kind of, I don't want to say it brought shame to him, but they were trying to bring shame to this gospel artist, well-known man in the gospel music scene. My cousin was rubbing elbows with this dude, doing music with him and all that kind of stuff. And one thing led to another. He got celebrityism. Is that a word? he kind of got famous. Yeah, he kind of got famous because he was around this artist. And nobody knew who he was. They only knew he was with him. They didn't know who this guy was. My cousin was. They had no idea. And they dug up dirt. They tried to dig up all the dirt they could to say, oh, well, he was with him. This is what was going on. And my cousin wasn't in the scene at that time. He wasn't even around him when what they alleged happened. Which later you come to find out it wasn't true, but because he was with that artist, he got big time. It was crazy. I was like, what? And next thing you know, my cousin has a few, albums out and all that kind of stuff, and his sales went up. I was like, oh, okay. And you start seeing him getting nominated for different awards in the gospel scene as far as the music scene. But I said that to say this. You have to watch what you say, as well as, and I don't think this been said tonight, the company you keep. Because the company you keep, not that put him down or made him, look a certain way, but the company you keep kind of does make people look at you a certain way. And that was my whole issue, this thing that came forth with Cam. Like, I ain't never seen Cam get in trouble for nothing. I ain't seen him, even though they was mad because he was dancing, and like Tone said earlier, dabbing, well, Fresh said it. I ain't seen them get in trouble for nothing else. So, I don't know. Maybe it was me. I know we ain't got no. Tone, we have anybody else come in? I'm trying to see. I think he stepped away for a minute. But make sure y'all go on Facebook, join the group, and join the like page, because we do a lot of talking on there. Queen is on there all day. I'm on there all day. Queen hasn't been posting on the like page lately because she doesn't have the capabilities, but I'm always posting on the like page about certain things and situations that's going on in the community. We think about relationships, sex. We talk about the ins and outs of dating. We talk about anything you could think about. We talk about politics. As you can see tonight, we was talking about politics. But I'm enjoying this. I want to again say thank you to Tone and Fresh is one that's been trying to get me over on the Tone Deaf Radio for the longest. And I had some issues and some connections that I didn't want to break ties with, but things happened to where we could. producer was coming in here tonight, but I guess not. I guess it changed his mind. But yeah, we appreciate you coming on the show for real, for real. I don't know how much time I got left.
I'm trying to see now.
I think that's about our time. I don't know where Tone went. But make sure y'all go. Are you on our like page in our group? In the group? What's his name again?
I lost.
Sorry,
I think I lost.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no, you.
Yeah, everybody's gone.
I'm trying.
No, I was super muted. I muted everything.
He said super muted. It's like you were super
for real.
muted.
My headset was muted. My headset was muted. My phone was muted. The board was muted. Everything was muted.
But Queen did want me to tell you.
Have a technical difficulty.
She didn't mean to run off, but she do have to work in the morning. So we'll talk. Me and you will talk as far as times and stuff. Cause since we got this is our night now, maybe we can move it up or something to help us out. I don't have a paper in front of us. Can you give? I think that's all, unless you got something else to say.
Nope. Time to go home. Talk to you Negroes tomorrow. Make sure you check out TDR Undressed tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time as the ladies of Tone Deaf Radio dive in deep in regards to relationship, sex, and things just to make your life better as a whole. And then, of course, this Thursday will be another edition of Beyond the Ropes as the DPC steps in as we talk about all the events that happened in the WWE this past weekend. And believe me, people, it was some crazy stuff that happened this weekend. All right? And then, then this Friday, we'll have a special edition of Tech Talk where me and Fresh will both review the newly released WWE 2K18 as well.
Did I lose Tone again? I think we lost Tone. But I appreciate everybody that came on, shared their insight in the topic. Make sure you join us again. I'll get a number out again. It's